Greetings viewers, CP666 signing on again for another video of this Lenovo 3200 laptop that we looked at recently. Today we're going to be replacing the hard drive with an SSD and reinstalling the software stack. Now, I am going to engage, before I get into this, in a little bit of ranting and raving about certain aspects of YouTube and my videos and the people who comment on my videos, etc., etc. Since I'm evidently not allowed to complain about anything on YouTube, but I'm going to do it anyway, and please stay out of my inbox if you're going to tell me that I'm wrong. Look at the videos that I upload where I complain about something, and tell me that I'm wrong. I think you'll find that I'm not. But I'm going to post in the video description a timestamp that you can click on, and you can skip out on all of this stuff, because again, if you don't want to listen to me rant about something, you don't have to. You don't even have to skip to that timestamp. The side of this video, there are a number of recommended videos that you can click on, and you could be instantly taken to a different video that may be more of your style. Likewise, there's a search feature on YouTube. You can search for whatever it is that you want. So again, stay out of my inbox if you're going to complain about the video in that sense, because that's got nothing to do with the subject of the video, and I do not want to hear from you. First things first, let's talk about my penchant for looking at old computers, because it's been brought to my attention by a number of folks recently that the computers that I show most often in my videos are old, slow, and useless. The irony of that is that the videos that I upload that get the most views are the videos of the old, slow, useless computers. Kind of funny how that works, huh? Anyway, I beg to differ with that assessment. Anything that you can use to do anything is still useful. And besides, even if it was useless, it still makes a good video, now doesn't it? So, again, stay out of my inbox if that's what you're going to complain about, because I don't care. It's my money, it's my YouTube channel, I'll do what I want. Oh yes, and on the subject of my YouTube channel, a lot of people write in and complain about the quality of my videos. Folks, I could not give less of a crap about what you think of the quality of my videos. I've got a large number of different cameras, some of which are certainly better than others. Not everything records in high definition, and again, I don't care. Because I use what works for me. It looks good on my screen, looks good when I upload it to YouTube, maybe a little bit more compressed than it should be because YouTube compression is garbage. But talk to YouTube, don't talk to me, it's not my problem. I have no desire to upload in 4K, I don't have the storage space, I don't have the video editor, and I don't really have the internet bandwidth to upload in 4K anyway, either. So it's not going to happen. You're wasting your time, and I'm just going to start deleting comments from people who complain about the quality of videos. In the legal profession, there is something known as the statute of limitations. The exact details don't actually matter. Suffice it to say, for the purposes of this particular rant, if you're going to post a comment on a video complaining about it 5 years later, 4 years later, even 2 years later, there's a good chance that not only do I not care, I also don't have any idea what you're talking about. Something that people don't really do all that often, and YouTube has made it increasingly difficult to do, but you can still tell how long it's been since a video was uploaded. Look at that date. If it's been over a year, there's a good chance that, number one, the video is probably outdated and there's been an updated video. Number two, I've finished with whatever it is that I've been working on. Sometimes I don't even have things. I had a guy recently write on a video and just go ballistic over the fact that a clock radio video that I had uploaded was not a how-to and did not demonstrate how to operate a clock radio. The video was uploaded in 2016, maybe 17, I don't remember exactly. And it was of a broken clock radio that I did not have the instructions for. Do you think that I am going to upload a how-to video of something that is broken and something that I don't have the directions for myself? That's not the point of the video. And further to that, I had to actually re-watch the video in order to figure out exactly what he was complaining about, because I had no idea. It was however many years ago 2017 was. It's, 11:30. I don't really feel like doing math right now. 6 years. But, like, what am I supposed to do with that? So again, stay out of my inbox 2 or 3 years later. I'm not saying you can't leave a comment on the video. I'm not saying you can't ask questions. I am saying that you can't complain, because I don't care. As with the video quality, I could not give less of a crap about what I did 5 years ago. I certainly take video requests. If there's something that you want to see, hear, or know about, as long as it's reasonable, I will certainly try and make a video about it. But sometimes there are things in videos that it takes some time for me to get to it. Either I need to do some repairs, I need to do some research, I need to figure out how I want to record the video, or maybe I just have other projects that are in the way. In particular, I'm thinking about a couple of things that, as of the making of this video, are definitely at the forefront of things that need to be done. Remember the Macintosh SE? Well, it's not the only computer that's sitting out there that I need to actually make a video about. I'm well aware of its existence, and I'm well aware of the fact I have not made a video about it. You don't need to tell me 85 billion times. I'll get to it when I get to it. In fact, I could even choose to take the angle of, you're going to keep complaining about it, I'm going to keep pushing it down the road. Because at this point, I am really getting tired of being accosted for uploading videos of something that is not a Macintosh SE. Or a Macintosh video in general. Because yes, I know, I have some that maybe could use some work, but the fact of the matter is I'm going to upload what I am working on at any one given point in time. This video features Windows Vista. And Windows Vista is one of those controversial operating systems that everybody either likes or they hate. There is no middle ground. If you're going to hate on Windows Vista, stay out of my inbox. I don't care what you think. Likewise, I don't need you to tell me that this system could run Windows 7 just fine, it could run Windows XP just fine, it could run your favorite Linux distribution just fine. Yes, all of those things are certainly true. Have you seen how many computers I've got? No? Well, that is not even close to a representative sample. Computers are everywhere in here. That was like a fart in a whirlwind, wasn't it? Tried to turn the video light on. Didn't really do anything. So I have a lot of these damn things. And if I really want a Windows 7 computer, I can just pull one out of the stack, and there you go. If I want a Windows 8 computer, I can pull one out of the stack. Windows 10, pull one out of the stack. Linux, pull one out of the stack. I have computers to do these different things. So I don't need to do that with this one. The license key on the bottom of the computer that's sitting right over there is a Windows Vista license key, so Windows Vista is what it is going to run. Do not care, full stop, end of story, not up for debate. That's all there is to say about that, folks. But there is just one more thing before we get into the subject of the video. This is my Windows Vista installation disk. A lot of people have taken it upon themselves in that self-righteous way to post comments on some of my videos where I show OS disks about the fact that, OMG, you are using pirated media. Arrest him. Folks, that is the dumbest thing that I have ever heard. As long as you have a valid Windows product key for whatever version of Windows it happens to be, in this case it's Windows Vista, does not matter what disk you use. Now, again, that's within reason. Modified ISOs certainly exist out there to remove things like the Windows Genuine Disadvantage. But that's not what this is either. This is a Microsoft Developer Network download that they offered starting back in the Windows XP days. Now, I have a genuine Windows XP disk that was from MSDN that I'll sometimes use, but again, time breeds impatience. I have a modified ISO that I have used in the past, but it doesn't matter. Windows XP is basically abandonware at this point. Windows Vista might fall under the same category, but at the same time, that's a valid disk. So maybe, before posting in the comments in that self-righteous way, you might want to actually get some facts about what you're complaining about. And the next person to complain about pirated media is going to have their rear end banned from posting on my YouTube videos. Please do not try me on for size. Okay. I think that's it for the sermon. I don't have anything else that I need to rant about and get off my chest. Maybe there'll be something else. I'll touch on it in another video. This has gone on long enough. Wow, it's been probably almost 10 minutes. And we haven't even gotten to the subject of the video yet. So, here we have an 80 gigabyte serial ATA hard drive. Nothing special. This is the factory original drive. I will probably take an image of this disk at some point, because this does have a useful Windows 7 starter image on it that I can probably put on this computer and maybe set up a dual boot environment. I've never actually really done that, dual booted 2 versions of Windows. I've done it with Linux before. Actually, no. You know what? I am wrong. My old Pentium D rig, I had Windows Vista and Windows XP dual booted on it for a while, but that was with the Grub bootloader because it also had Linux. I've never done it with simply just Windows. But for now, I'm going to take this drive out. We'll put this drive in. This is just a Kingston HyperX SSD, 240 gigabytes in size. These are crap, and probably on their last legs. I've had numerous examples of those drives drop dead for seemingly no reason over the years, but I still have quite a steeple of them, and that one still works, so it's going to go in here while it does still work. And again, if it fails, I'm not storing any data on this computer, so I'm not going to feel too bad. Okay, so Lenovo, in their infinite wisdom, has decided to crank these screws on so tight I can't get them off. So good, they're not going to be removed. I'm just going to put the drive right in here. Done. That's it. Because I am not fighting with those. I might Dremel them off later, depending upon how I feel about it. I'd rather not ruin that hard drive, though, which is why I'm not investing in more violence than what I have already invested in trying to get those screws off. Not sure why they cranked the living bejesus out of those, because those are supposed to be user replaceable. So, that's wonderful. Okay, installed the drive, power on the computer, power on the computer. I want the ThinkVantage, come on. Or I'm sorry, it's actually Lenovo Care on this. Again, I'm still used to the ThinkPads. Okay. Eject the optical drive and insert our legal, by the way. Again, stay out of my inbox if you're going to say otherwise, because you are wrong on the internet. Windows Vista disk. Let's see if this optical drive actually even works, because I've never tested it, so I have no idea. Alright, boot to the CD. I'll touch on it briefly, I guess. Maybe not have so much of a rant. Yes, I'm well aware of the fact that I could use a USB to do this. The DVD is much easier and more compatible on older systems like this that may not necessarily support USB booting. I think this one does, but some of my systems that I've used recently don't. And rather than play the game of trying to figure out whether or not something USB boots beforehand, just prepare a DVD. Works just fine. That's a rewritable DVD. I could reuse it for something else later. So let Windows Vista load here. I have to grab the product key off the bottom. I believe I'm correct in telling you that that product key is for Windows Vista Home Basic. Ah yes, Windows Vista. Install now. I hope I can find drivers for this computer. Well, Lenovo is better than most in that usually they actually do have the drivers for their systems. Alright, better enter in the product key. Okay, enter that in. The license says Home Basic, Home Premium, and Ultimate. Again, I think I'm telling you right when I tell you that it's Home Basic. At the end of the day, this is a Windows Vista Ultimate disk, so you can install basically whatever you want using it. Within reason, of course. Do a custom install. It does actually see the SSD, which is good. We're going to delete all the junk off of it, if we can. It's very slow for an SSD. But that is the way that it is, and we'll install it in the unallocated space. And we're just going to let Windows Vista do its thing. Made it. So let me put in all these details and then I'll come right back. Oh. Huh. I am right in telling you that it was Windows Vista Home Basic. Looks like the video driver hasn't loaded. I guess that's why it just completely skipped over the performance test. Kind of interesting. So I will have to load this up with some drivers. Now this is Vista Basic, so it does not have the Aero Glass or anything like that. Go ahead and we can take a look at some more details here. Of course, Windows will have to activate and all that, which it won't be able to do because, well, not without some help anyway. Yeah, video is not loaded, and there's definitely some things that are non-functional. But, rather intriguingly, it looks like, if I can get it to actually work here, it would actually connect to a wireless network. If I really wanted it to. So, I think maybe I'll do that. And, and then we'll go ahead and we'll maybe see if we can install some drivers. Your free license has expired. What good's that? I guess it's not so free after all. You have to actually expend some work in order to figure that out. It's been a couple months since I last looked at this computer. I think the last video clips were recorded sometime in May. And now it's September. So, goes to show you there's nothing quite like that getting things done spirit. So, where I left off, I needed to install drivers and updates, and obviously other things, and I've gone ahead and done those things. So, all the drivers are installed, all the updates, I believe, are installed. Might still run Legacy Update a couple more times, because it's really the only way to update Windows Vista these days. But I guess I gotta straighten this out, because if I click the resolve button, it sits there and farts around for a couple of minutes, and then just tells me that it can't load whatever it is that it's trying to load, so. Help make Windows better! Oh, come on. You're not gonna focus on that. Yeah, I don't think I can help make Windows Vista any better. It's called Windows 7, honestly, but, this is not really working, this antivirus thing. I can't get it to actually load the page that I need it to load, so I guess we just won't be doing that. Something's using up all my CPU. I'm not sure what it is. Oh, I need to correct myself, actually. Very interesting and worth noting. The other clips in this video were recorded in March, not May. So, what is that, a 2-month thing? I'm kind of surprised that it expired then, because usually it lasts for a year. I hit the resolve button, and like I said, it just goes back to this. Just a gray screen. There's not much I can really do with that. So, I don't know, maybe I'll uninstall it and reinstall it. That might just end up being what I do. I've installed all the updates, installed all the drivers. I'm kind of surprised that for being Vista Home Basic, this actually has Aero Glass. I'm wondering if maybe that has something to do with the fact that I installed this with the Windows Vista Ultimate Disk. as opposed to the Home Basic one. Or as opposed to a Home Basic one, because I don't have a Home Basic disc. But, I don't know. I would have thought that it would just not install the Aero Glass if that were the case. Either way, here are the Windows Experience Index scores that this machine gets. With all the updates installed. 3.3. I've certainly got worse than that in my possession. Come in here and maybe demonstrate the sound a little bit. Of course, it's hard to do that because all the fans are running. I'm sure people are going to complain about those. Not that I care. It might play YouTube. The sound's not very good on this. Sample videos. I wonder if this comes with the same subset of music. Yeah, it looks like it does. Comes with the same samples. What the heck is going on with the mouse? Wow, okay, that's messed up. I don't know. What can I play any of these things? I don't know. Probably not. Probably get video muted or something, because that looks like commercial music, so let's just not bother. Anyway, even with as little that's running on this, still 50% CPU usage. It's not great. So, here it is, running Windows Vista with an antivirus that apparently doesn't work. Not that I care. Probably going to sit around and do nothing for another several months until I take it out and make sure that it runs still. Because really, it's a little bit too underpowered for what I would like to use for anything. It's another one of those computers that just falls squarely in the too new to be vintage but too old to be useful category. I'm sure you could put Linux on it and have this thing, perform fairly well, but I don't need another Linux box. I've already got 1,000 of those. So this is what it is for now. What drive did I put in here? Did I put an SSD? Oh yeah, I did put an SSD. Suppose I probably could have watched the video back and saw what I did. It's one of these 240 gig Kingston drives. I think these are based on the SandForce controller that was notorious for bricking itself. I've had a lot of them do exactly that, but then again, they're also fairly old. This one seems to work. I've got a server over at the other place that's got like 3 of them in it, and none of them have failed yet, and that's probably been running for about a year now. My light has gone out because it's now 3 o'clock in the morning. Boy, am I glad that I don't have to go to work tomorrow because it's Hamfest week this week. But anyway, so I'm going to shut this down. I'm going to shut the video down as well. I think this has gone on long enough. Thank you for watching. If you have any comments, feel free to leave them below. And yes, I'm aware of the lines on the screen. I don't particularly care.